Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. What's going on? Some people say the end of the week, thinking the beginning. It's when I start refreshing for what's coming. So, like always, I want to share what was on my tea today, which was lift people up to their potential and higher self. So that's what I'm here to do. I love doing that, and I love when I get these messages right before I go on tea time. Lift people up to their potential and to their higher selves. Hello, good morning, good morning. So today, I want to talk about getting yourself out of your mess. Because Sunday's usually that day where either you have a day off or it's some quiet time for you, and I think it's a perfect time to sit, and I know people go to church, we have things to do, but I think it's a much quieter day out the week, than the rest of the week. How to get yourself out of your mess. I want you to think about all the things that you want, right? These wishes. I wish I had that. I wish I had that. I wish I had that. First, I want you to start off by turning those wishes into prayer. Turn your wishes into prayer. It is so important because we sit here, we wish, but we don't do anything with the wish to see it manifest in our lives. So we just wish and wish and wish. So whatever it is that you wish, I wish I had a different job. I wish I made more money. I wish I was in love. I wish I met the guy that would sweep me off my feet. I wish I could work from home. I wish I felt better mentally and physically. What are all these things that you wish for? Like I said, you sit there and I wish. Plenty of times, and I'm telling you to take these steps to do this with your wishes so they can manifest in your life. Because I remember a time when I was wishing for the love of my life. I was wishing to be in a healthy mind and body. I was wishing to make more money. I would just sit there and wish all day. Good morning. So I'm telling you to take your wishes, step one, all these wishes that you sit there and wish, take your wishes and turn them into prayers. Now, when you turn them into a prayer, this is the other thing when we pray, it's kind of like, all right, my wishes just went from saying what I want, and praying just went from saying what I want to God, and that was it. No, first of all, I want to tell you that God is in you. You are God. God is in you, right? So He lives in all of us. So that wish to turn into a prayer, that prayer has to turn into a conversation. And I'm telling you this because when you have those conversations with other women, other men, you don't get the answers that you're looking for. What you might get is sympathy. What you might get is just in total agreement with what you are feeling and going through. And that cannot help a woman to learn a lesson in life. That cannot teach a woman where she went wrong and what path to take next. So this wish, prayer, the prayer has to turn into a conversation. So when you are having this conversation, it's more of like you sitting with your homegirl, but your homegirl's not there, right? So it's kind of like this. God, and I'm going to give an example because I do it all the time. I was living in the Bronx in a 2-bedroom with the kids, my husband. I'm like, I really don't want to be here anymore. I'm like, I just can't stand getting off of the subway and seeing all these addicts. The guys like rapping at me, like I'm just not 16 anymore. I just don't want that around me. I don't want that kind of lifestyle. I want my kids to have their own bedroom. Right now it's 2-bedroom. They share it. They're always bickering. The mess is bigger than it should be. It's 2 kids, things combined in one. And I just want to be able to make more money to do these things. And, I want to be happier and I want to be motivated. And, so it was this conversation. You would think I was talking to my homegirl, but my homegirl can't help me. So it's this conversation that I sit there, not so much complaining, but expressing my needs, my wants, and my wishes. And why I wanted them. You see, the wish is just, girl, I wish I had more money. Girl, I wish I had another job. We never attach the benefit to that wish that we want. And in that conversation that you're having, if you notice, I said, I want them to have their own room. Why? Because they're bickering, they're fighting. It's too many things in one room. It's too much to clean. It's a lot of stress. I don't want to get off of the subway here. There's addicts. There's guys rapping at me. You understand why I wish better? There's things that I didn't want in my life, and I'm expressing them. So I want to be blessed with these things because it shows that I want those blessings for a reason, to be in a better place. I want to live a better life. And this is why I tell you to have the conversation. So wishes to prayer to conversation. Once you turn them into a conversation, this is a 4-step process. Wish, prayer, conversation. Once you have that conversation, it's funny because within that conversation, you learn so much about yourself and you start to realize why you don't want the things that you have going on in your life right now. And it's so cool to express them to no one but yourself and God, because there is no judgment. There isn't your homegirl cutting in with a different topic. There isn't her in there bashing the guy. There isn't a homegirl telling you, oh, money is for rich people. You understand? You don't have all these negative opinions and experiences that other people go through attached to the things that you want in your life. So nothing feels wrong in this conversation that you're having with God. You can say you want the unlimited amount of money resource. You want unlimited love. You don't sound crazy. You just sound like a woman who wants to thrive and live her best freaking life. So it's amazing to have that conversation and have it as many times as you want, as much as you want. You on the train to work. You waiting at a grocery store to pay for your milk. Lord, I can't wait to have enough money to have, my food delivered. Whatever. Whenever you're in that moment or someone's disrespecting you, God, give me the strength so that when I am strong, I don't accept these things, because these things make me unhappy. These things make me weak. Have this conversation, because within that conversation, step 4 comes guidance. So wish, prayer, conversation, guidance. You do not receive the ultimate, the highest, the best guidance from your homegirl, from your homeboy. You receive it from this conversation. And the reason why I'm telling you that you get the best guidance after this 4-step process, because you can't seek advice from other people, because the guidance that you're going to receive from this conversation comes from intuition. Intuition is your guidance, and you're able to have this intuition in this moment alone. Sometimes you can't listen to your gut when you're surrounded by friends, party, and bullshit, because it just interferes. And when your gut tells you to do something, somebody else kind of makes it feel like something else is the better solution. This thing is, no, girl, have a couple of drinks, or that's not the answer. I've done it before. I've been through hell and back, and then I'm going to go out on the weekend. I'm just going to get blasted. I'm going to spend $70, $80 today with my girls. When I got home, that was never the answer. I was still unhappy. I was still not in love. Oh, and now I'm even broker, if that's even a word, because I just spent $70 trying to fix my problems that I could have fixed in a conversation that would have given me guidance, which is an intuition. And so your intuition is a feeling that comes in a time that you're spending alone with yourself. That's when you get those thoughts and those feelings and those ideas. You're sitting there, you're conversating, you're thinking, no distractions, no outside shit. And you're like, I think tomorrow I need to do that. I wish that I needed to lose weight. I wished. I prayed and I had a conversation about it, and I said, God, I just have to. My knees hurt. I feel out of breath. I'm unhealthy. It's not. You tell that shit to your homegirl. For some reason, I've heard many times, girl, chubby chicks rock, or we cute like this, or well, I'm a fat bitch. I've heard that. It's just this mentality and this mindset that tells you that everything is okay. Knowing that the things that they're telling you are okay are things that you secretly want to change. So you are not open enough to be like, but I don't want to be a fat chubby chick. I don't want to have knee pain, bitch. I don't want to be broke. I don't want to just be comfortable. Like, I want to be rich. You find yourself like not going to have that conversation, all right? So what you do? Subconsciously, it gets in your subconscious mind, the things that you hear. This is how we allow abuse in our life for many years, subconsciously. It's like you hear it, you hear it, you hear it, and it becomes true to us, to the point that we can say with our words, that's not true, but here it is. It is what you believe to be true, because you're still going in circles around the same situation, the same problem, not using the solutions that you would have been guided to use, not listening to your intuition, because there's too much outside. So that guidance is going to come from this alone time. And I thought today was a perfect time to talk about it, because I said it's Sunday, and maybe a lot of you have some downtime. Maybe a lot of you have some quiet time, you know. Maybe it's a day off for many of you. Maybe it's a day to read, to just relax. And instead of just sitting down and watching TV all day, take some time for yourself to wish, pray, conversate, and seek guidance. So a lot of you that are unhappy are like, oh, I don't want to go into this job. What do? I hate it. Did you seek your guidance? And I'm going to ask you that. Did you seek your guidance? And whoever watched this live is going to know, I know what she's talking about. I needed to spend time with myself. You know what? Hold on. Let me go through that 4-step process and then see if I get some power within, or if I get some answers to move forward this week and handle this situation that is killing me, because I'm dancing around and I'm not doing anything about it. So no, you do not have to accept and deserve the things that you're fighting to make better in your life. You're fighting internally. Your heart is bleeding. You're struggling. There's a desire in you so strong that wants to change the situation so bad. You want to just kind of erase the memory sometimes. I want to be done with that. Well, you need guidance to be done with that. You need to have a conversation, because within the conversations, you learn something from yourself. I'll give you an example. You ever have a conversation with your homegirl and you're like, oh, I didn't even know you was going through all that, girl? Yeah, I had a conversation with somebody yesterday. As we conversate, things come up to the surface. Because people themselves, when they talk, they don't even know. They let out so much anger or so much resentment or so many wishes and wants. This conversation is healing, but not when you have it with others. Have it with yourself first, because I can't be your intuition. I can empower you, baby, to go find it, and that's what I want to do, to make you a better woman, a happier, healthier woman, a more financially responsible and stable woman, a kick-ass woman. That's what I want to empower you to do. So no one else can do that unless you sit down and get the guidance. So when you get the guidance today on Sunday, right, there's a situation that you want to be. Tomorrow when you wake up Monday, somebody else, you talking to your homeless and be like, I already had that conversation with myself last night. You know, I'm going to let her get whatever opinion she got, but I got the solution. I got it yesterday. Even though it didn't give you A through Z, but it gave you the first step. It told you what's the first step you should do. Stop allowing a phone call. Stop allowing a visit. Stop eating the motherfucking cupcake. You know what I'm saying? You got one solution out that conversation, even if it's one. Don't wake up tomorrow and say, I didn't get enough to be a changed woman. You start at one. You start with trying. You start with knowing and moving. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't think because you got one action step for the week that it's not enough. It's enough to move you in a different direction than where you were going before you had the conversation and the guidance. I need you to remember that. So tomorrow when you wake up and somebody's even asking you, because people love reminding you about your problem. So whatever happened with so-and-so? How y'all doing? Or whatever happened with, yeah, I remember you didn't have enough money for that. Or whatever. I'm taking care of that. Yep. Step by step, day by day, girl, I'm on it. You gotta let people know this right up front, because people are solution providers. Forget about it, right? So it's like when you don't have your shit in order and your shit in check and what you're gonna do, and people know that, let me tell you what to do then. And it might not be the best advice. It might not be for the best of you. You understand? People give you advice because that's the advice they would have given themselves. See, like the advice I give you is what I give myself. Ty, when you unsure, when you hurting, and you sit back, take a seat. Don't talk to nobody. Your time alone. Figure it out. Journal it out. Get some type of answer and guidance that will allow you to move, at least take a step forward before you tell everybody else. Because everybody else got a solution that ain't going to work for me. It ain't going to be for the best of me. Okay? And after you do that today, turn your wishes and wants into prayers, but turn that prayer into a conversation, and then you turn that conversation into guidance. Let it work for you. Don't pray and walk away. Make sure it's working for you. Get something out of it. Say, before I end this conversation, like, give me a sign later. And it's not that you're going to hear a voice. Give me a sign later. You know, whether it's on TV, whether it's in a book, whether I see it on a t-shirt. Today, I'm going to give you an example. I invested some money in this personal development that I'm doing. And it's a big chunk of change. It's over $2,000, right? And sometimes I think about it. I know it's for the best of me because I want to keep growing and learning. And I'm like, damn, that was a lot, right? But so, all right, stop. Keep moving forward. We know why I'm doing it. I go in the closet. I took a shower to put this t-shirt on. There's another t-shirt that was folded. And in the back of that t-shirt, I got it from this old nutrition coach that I used to have a couple of years ago. And it has his company information on it. It has his phone number on it. So the number is sticking out, but it's only the last 3 numbers that I see. And the last 3 numbers are 222. Which means everything's going to be okay. Crazy, right? I'm like, that's crazy. So anything, a sign like that, pay attention to it. Be open to it. Take it as guidance. And have a wonderful Monday tomorrow morning. And also, before I go off this live, I want you to do something. I want you to write down a lesson that you had to learn in your life the hard way. Write that down for yourself today. If you got 5 minutes, it's for yourself, girl. Do it. 5 minutes. Write down one lesson. Maybe you had to learn many hard lessons. One lesson that you had to learn the hard way. And as you write that down, and keep writing, it's okay. Nothing is right, wrong. Nothing is like, I shouldn't be saying that. You're going to learn some things, and you're going to find out why you had to learn that lesson the hard way. Right? Give you an example. Many years ago, I got my heart broken. Really broken. Like, suffered a lot of pain. And when I think about it, and I write that lesson that I had to learn, like, why did I go through that, you know? Why me? I'm such a good woman. Like, why? And when I thought about it, it's because I didn't love myself first. I didn't put myself first. That person's, everything was about them, and everything that he did was more important than what I had to do. And I served to that. So if I had to go to the gym, but that person had to eat dinner and I didn't cook yet, that dinner came first. You understand? Whereas now I know how to maybe compromise, or we could communicate, or just understand that my things aren't just as important as yours. So as I'm writing down a hard lesson that I had to learn, I learned that at the end, I didn't put myself first. I learned that I never had anything that I owned. I didn't say I own gym time. I own meal prep time. I own growth. Like, I didn't have anything. Everything was revolved around this person. And I'm like, so how could this person respect that I needed to do things for myself, love myself? I didn't do it. I had to learn that hard lesson the hard way, but writing it out and thinking about it and praying and seeking guidance, I learned that I had to learn that the hard way, because I went into that relationship not caring about myself, not having self-love, not doing enough for me that will allow me to have boundaries. There were no boundaries. It was all, everything is for you, baby. So knowing that now, as a woman, I understand that it's okay to have boundaries, respectfully and rightfully so. It's okay. And when you set them, things are going to turn out so much better for you. So I want you to do that. I want you to write that down today. What's a tough lesson you had to learn? Write it down and you'll figure out why. And when you do, don't ignore the answer. When I found out it was because I wasn't taking care of myself, I'm like, oh my, I need to do better. I need to do better for myself. And I tell you, right there, I was able to do better financially, do better physically, emotionally, just do better and make things about me and learn that it was not wrong to make these decisions. But I didn't know how to start, where to start, or how to do that until I started with the 4-step process that I explained at the beginning of this video. So if you are just jumping on, I encourage you to go back to the very first second that I logged on, because it's important for you to know how to get yourself out of your mess, how to get yourself out of your shithole, right? And I'll talk about all, without the homegirls, without the drink, without the alcohol, without the hanging out, how to do it. You don't need money to do it. How to do it in your own time, just you. So go back and do that. And I'd love to hear how healing this is for you, how when you take yourself through that 4-step process and you start to begin the week, how you see signs and how you hear things that stand out to you that are reminders of what you want to change in your life. And seek that guidance I told you about. Even if it's a 1 action step, do that. And then at the end, do that journaling exercise that I just told you to do. I found out some amazing, powerful things about myself on why I got hurt through the process. And it's crazy. And now, I don't live that life no more. Nobody's going to hurt me. Nobody's going to break my heart. My heart is solid. There's too much love that I give myself here. Nobody's going to determine my finances because I'm always looking for a way to serve. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. How we want more money, but it comes from serving. Money just don't come from the sky, okay? We got to do something for it. So I love you all. Please take your time to do that. I'm telling you from my heart because it helped me to heal and it helped me to see where I went wrong so I could correct myself without the homegirl advice. All right? I love y'all. It's tea time. I'll see y'all tomorrow.